Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be looking at the markets. Overall, we'll be looking at a couple of news stories, looking at a few charts, but best of all, we get to have a chat and a cup of coffee and we'll chat about crypto at the same time. So, if you're just kind of in here just now, if you can go down to that like button and crush the likes, that would be fantastic. Now we drink a coffee before I start. Okay, so I'm just going to see if we're live or not. Some interesting things to talk about today. I think the kind of aim of today is to get you to look at all points of view, or me as well, because I'm doing the same as well. And that's why I'm asking the question, is Cardano worth $2.5 billion? XRP, we're talking about XRP again. We'll have to look at both sides of the story here, because I realised kind of yesterday and over the past couple of weeks, I'm becoming a bit kind of blind with XRP, and I'm becoming a part of the XRP army and just having total faith in it when I should be questioning everything. And I kind of realised that, but having said that, I've just bought some more as well. So we'll just see if we're live or not. And we'll jump into the chat area. We've got a few people in, which is good to see. Hopefully you can see and hear me okay. It's saying the stream is not that good, but it looks okay to me just now. So jump over to the chat area. Gary Stewart, thanks for cleaning it up, by the way. I had yesterday, I was ready for a fight with you. Fisticuffs, man. No, I couldn't understand where you were coming from and what you were saying. But thanks for cleaning it up, so it's all good now. Anyway, Alex Jug is in the house. Ajmal Salim is in. Richard Cooper, Vin is in the house. David Claydon, Rob Fiddler, Marcus Jafari, Shia Engov is in. High Points Drifter, Mark Innes, good to see you. Doing a split shift today. Honest Crypto Journey, good morning. Sorry for yesterday, mate. I know we're kind of joking aside, but I do kind of feel bad about that kind of stuff. Anyway, Ben Pogardi is in. Patrick Frey, Michael McEwen is in. IoT Financial, Slim Shady. Excellent. Well, the real Slim Shady, please stand up. And he's in the house. Andreas is in the house as well. Good to see you here. Okay, so take a look at the markets overall. We'll be looking at 175 billion. It's just come down $500 million or something. Nothing much. But it's just come down $500 million in the last hour or so. So we're at 175 billion, which is looking good. Are we going to touch 200 billion? Well, Bitcoin dropped $500 yesterday, which gave everybody quite a kind of wee scare, thinking, okay, this is a big drop, but it's actually strong. Just now it's above $5,000 again, and could go higher from here. We spoke about this in the premium group yesterday, and somebody was saying at 5,100, where's it looking from here? Is it going to drop? And I thought it looked stronger for another rise, and it did. It went to 5,350, shot down, came back up again. So we'll have a look at the charts as well for that. So this is it overall. Bitcoin dominance is 50.8%. So a lot of people getting back into Bitcoin. Not a huge amount, but still getting back into Bitcoin. Who's the winners? Got IOST is up 38%. Dogecoin is up 24% as well. That's been listed as well on Huobi, I think. Bitcoin Cash is up 19%. Ravane is up 15%. Ontology, Lisk is up all in double-digit greens. Litecoin is doing brilliant. It's up to $87 now. And Neo was said yesterday as well. That's going to jump up, and it has jumped up 10%. Buybox token, VeChain, Nebulas. We looked at VeChain yesterday as well. Said that was probably go up, and it has. Loopring still on a rise, up 6% in dollar value. So that's doing good. Who are the losers? Maximine Coin down 62%. Something's happened there, obviously. KuCoin shares down 20%, down to 164. I think that they represent a good buy. KuCoin. Ogre is down. Had a big jump up yesterday. Metaverse ETP Populous is down as well. That's one I recommended. I'll need to check that out. Nulls, Waves, Tron, Tezos, Basic Attention Token, Steam, Holo are all down in the red. So what's the percentage? Roughly about 35% in the red, 65% in the green. We'll take a look at the overall markets. We've now got 2,147 cryptocurrencies, up 10 from maybe 8 from yesterday. I think it was 139 yesterday. So Winco is up 766%. Don't know about Winco. 17,000 volume. Market cap is only 1.2 million. So it's up big time already. So the market cap must have been something like 200,000-300,000. Electrum Dark, ELD, on 125,000. That's better volume, up 276% in the last 24 hours. Track Invest up 112% with 26,000 volume. Real Tracked is up 99%. Soma, Sakura Bloom, Veracity is up 60% on 634,000 volume. Howdo is staying up as well. We'll take a look at a couple of the charts as well. That's not on that sheet. Yeah, we'll take a look at the few kind of smaller cap ones. So that is kind of doubled in price, 161% in the week. So Banana Token, is that still going? Banana Token is up 52% as well. So as I keep saying, this is where you're going to find some hidden gems. And what you do, you look for kind of what's going up, what's rising. You look for good volume, and then you look at the market cap to see if you've got something below 1 million market cap. Then you could check it out using this on coinmarketcap.com and look at over 10,000 volume. Obviously, you're not going to catch them all, but you're going to catch a good few. Soma keeps coming up, so it might be worth checking out as well. For new, been up a few times as well. Banana Token at 61,000 market capitalization. I wouldn't kind of look at that, but just for the name of it, to be honest. Uchain is only 616,000. 150,000 volume. Traded circulating supply 305, so that could be worth a look as well. So this is where we're going to find some hidden gems as well, but we're going to have to wait a long time on some of them. Well, not necessarily. Some of them are up hundreds of percent. So what I was going to look at is XRP. First of all, that was the kind of top of the news story. So with XRP, what I've been thinking about is my bias towards, oh, my batteries are low, man. My bias towards XRP. Thinking this is going to show up. It's just, to me, it's still like a coiled spring. It's going down just now, so take a look at the price just now in Bitcoin. 6,838. So everything's going up. All the big ones are going up, and XRP is just going down just now. And it's kind of fallen through this long-term support. Normally, you'd look at this and go, this is not a buy. Technically, from a technical point of view, or a technical analysis point of view, it is not a buy on any chart. So we'll go down, we'll look at the monthly. Is it buy in the monthly? No, definitely not. Is it buy in the weekly? No, definitely not. Buy in the daily? Nope, it's still not a buy in the daily. Is it a buy on the 4 hourly? Nope, not a buy on the 4 hourly. Is it a buy on the hourly? Nope, not even a buy in the hourly. Even if we go to 5 minutes, it's probably not a buy. It's not a buy in the 5 minutes either. So everything points towards XRP going down further. Everything. So if you're looking to buy just now, you'd be holding off and just saying, okay, I'll just wait till this gives us an indication that it's going to go up, and you'd probably be looking for the first indication on the hourly chart, the 70 EMA crossing over the 50 EMA, and that might be the first indication, but that's not necessarily the start of a definitive move. So you might want to kind of look at the 4 hourly for a more definitive move, and on the daily as well. Probably the daily would give you a more definitive move. That's what we'd like to use here in CYT as well. So looking at that, you just go, XRP is not a buy. Why is he going on about it? I just think it's a coiled spring. I really do believe this is a coiled spring. And what I'm going to do is I'm just buying more. I'm dollar cost averaging down from this. And that's just, I'm just going to do that every month or every week. Whenever I get a spare bit of cash from the business or something like that, and once I've paid myself, obviously, I'll put money into kind of XRP. Ethereum is looking the same for me as well. Ethereum looks to me like a brilliant buy as well, and that's not doing that well as well. So XRP, Cardano jumped up, Litecoin has jumped up as well. NEO's starting to move up as well. I think NEO represents a brilliant buying opportunity as well. BNB represents another buying opportunity, but I'm focusing on XRP because that's the one that everybody's ignoring, and that's the one that everybody says this is just going to go disappear. Because not everybody, but a lot of people are just kind of putting it down, and that to me is a kind of contrarian view. So I've got this contrarian view about XRP, and I just think it's just going to shoot up. And when it shoots up, I think it's going to shoot up big, and I think I'm not going to put in a sell order until it's $10. So until it's $10, I won't put a sell order in for XRP, and I've just put more money into Coinbase just now, and I'm going to either buy Ethereum or more XRP. Cardano has already shot up. I think Cardano has got a brilliant move up as well. Somebody was asking a question. We'll jump to the news on that as well. Cardano, and thanks to Rob, one of the brilliant admins, and James, another brilliant admin we've got as well, for kind of sharing the news kind of stories with me. And I've got some news stories that I found this morning as well. So this is on the news that kind of Rob and James shared. Cardano has a market cap of, this is on kind of Reddit, it's got a market cap of 2.5 billion and 8th biggest cryptocurrency without a fully functional blockchain. So this person's asking, and this is from Time Traveller, is it me or something wrong here? It's a blockchain with a wallet, nothing more. There's no staking, no other features other than only transferring funds. Apart from that, you can't do anything. Is it the 40 papers of research that make it the 8th biggest crypto? Please tell me that what makes Cardano worth $2.5 billion. It had ICO 4 years ago. It might be low-key and scam coin. So this is this person asking the question. And this is what we have to do as well. Because I've said Cardano is going to be huge. It's going to possibly 10x in a couple of years' time from where it is just now. And the reason I say that is because of the potential for it. So is it worth $2.5 billion just now with what it's got just now? Obviously, we'll have to look at it and say, okay, Shelley's coming out as well. You're going to get the staking. More and more people are going to go into it. And they're going to stake because of the potential for what Cardano is going to do. So it's going to be a kind of rival to Ethereum almost. Well, it is. You're going to be able to build that. There's going to be so much more that Cardano is going to be able to do as well. So we're buying just now for the potential of it. That's what we're doing with Cardano, the likes of Cardano. But we have to ask these questions. Is Cardano worth $2.5 billion just now? Probably not. So it's like the price to earnings ratio on the stocks and shares. I know we shouldn't compare like that. So if the price to earnings ratio is way too high, and the price to earnings ratio for Cardano would be skyrocketing just now. But it's the potential you're buying here. And that's what we're doing with most of the cryptocurrencies. So we'll have to look at that. So the reason I'm kind of talking about this as well, because I'm big and very bullish on Cardano, but I still have to ask the question, is it worth $2.5 billion just now? Probably not. Definitely not, to be honest. But the potential is there to be worth so much more than $2.5 billion, so much more than that. So that's what we're buying into. That's what cryptocurrency is about as well. Not all of them. So a lot of them have got functioning use case scenarios just now. And this is what I don't understand about some of them, like PundiX and Dent. I don't understand why they're so low just now in Satoshi value and kind of dollar value as well. And because they've got functioning product, they've got a use case, they're making money. So it just kind of baffles me sometimes. But the kind of whole point of that was to question yourself. And I was questioning myself with XRP. I'm just thinking, okay, this is just blind faith now, thinking this is going to go up, and thinking it's going to explode. And I truly believe it. But have I joined the XRP army? I don't know. I probably have. I probably have with XRP. Cardano, I've probably done the same with Cardano as well. But thinking about it, I've done the same with Bitcoin, done the same with Ethereum. Well, Ethereum's obviously being used, it's fully functioning, it's got everything in place just now, building dApps. There's loads and loads of companies building dApps, so now it's being used. So Ethereum might be a wee bit different, but Ethereum's down just now compared to the others. So question everything. Just question yourself, question why you're doing a trade. Unless it's short-term trading, that's different. But for the long term, question everything that you're doing. I think that's what we have to do, is just really question everything. So just go back to this kind of XRP. Yeah, to me, it just screams a buy. It screams a buy. Not technically, certainly not technically. Fundamentally, it's deafening. The sound of XRP is deafening just now. with regards to it being a screaming buy. For me, fundamentally. And a lot of people are not going to get that. It's just, it obviously goes with a feeling as well. And my batteries have just gone. Connection lost. Come on, don't drain on me. I don't know where the batteries are. Right, it's going to keep going. Right, where's my batteries? I've just moved house as well. I don't know where all the batteries are. Bear with me a second. I think I know something in my drawer. Okay, I've not got them. Just bear with me. I'll get this changed because this will not move unless I do this. I don't see this many times on live shows. Right, we should be connected again. Come on. Mouse battery's variable, yeah, I know that. Connected, excellent. This should be good. I'll be able to chuck the batteries out. Because I'll use them again. Right, okay, we're back again. So, yeah, XRP is to do with kind of, you know, the kind of spidey senses I've been talking about. You develop this sense in the markets when you've been trading it for so long. And this is what the feeling I get with XRP. And I still believe I'm just going to dollar cost average in. So, be good to hear your thoughts on that. Who else is in? So we have prepared to find. Jean is in the house. Good morning to you. Davey Stew, one of our brown admins. Never seen you for ages, mate. Never seen you for ages. Where have you been? Where have you been? Good to see you, Davey. Mitch Dieter is in. Deception Day Boxing is in from Brisbane, Australia. Good to see you, buddy. I dominated the air in my chips bag. I love that. Good morning to you. Jean is in the house. BTT views, please. Yep, we'll check the charts in a wee second. We haven't Skidmore morning. Oh, slight pullback. Got to be a good thing. Yeah, you can't. You don't want these big, huge jumps. Is kind of welcome just now with BTC, but as long as it sustains itself, yeah. Mac Pawn is in the house. Michael McCune. BTT looks like a nice entry. I was talking about this morning. So look at that again. Saw something about BTT live stream beta test in 2 weeks. Yeah, they're doing kind of live streaming there as well. Mervyn Skidmore, if you're looking for real nail-biting, adrenaline-fueled excitement, day trade Pundy. Oh, Pundy is just like watching paint dry. It's a nightmare to trade Pundy because you can't really trade it. You just have to buy in and just wait for 10 years and see what happens with it. Gary Stewart, XRP and Litecoin have exchange-traded products, ETPs tied to them for EU investors. Yep. Tied. Oh, right. Okay, you're just correcting yourself. Imran Chowdhury, good morning, mate. Good morning to you. Good to have you here. Crypto Dread is in the house. Florida in the house. Okay, we'll just check a couple more news stories, and then we'll get back to the chat. Okay, that's for... No, we'll do that just now. Crypto win? Question mark. SEC admits not all ICO tokens are securities. So this is the kind of story that... I don't know where we go from here. Nope. Nope, that's something different. So this is the story. The SEC, actually it's kind of two stories in one. The SEC have written to a company called Turnkey, which have been kind of back and forth with the SEC for about 9 months or 11 months just now, just to ask about them kind of releasing a token. And they're saying it's not a security because previously SEC have said all cryptocurrencies are securities. That's previously what they said. They kind of relaxed it on Ethereum, saying Ethereum wasn't a security token, and they seem to be relaxing it more and more. So I think it's a face thing. They want to save face, and they don't want to do a complete turnaround and actually come out and say that not all cryptocurrencies are securities. But that's previously what they've said, but they don't want to do a complete turnaround. So they're doing this kind of soft approach, saying Ethereum's not a security, and they're coming out now and saying not all ICO tokens are securities. So under strict conditions, a US business travel company will be allowed to sell tokens. The SEC published a letter to Turnkey Jet today, which was in response to a previous letter from Turnkey's lawyers. This is an about face for the SEC, whose director Jay Clayton has in the past said that every token he has ever seen is a security, but recently softened his stance on Ethereum, which we spoke about there. So this is the letter outlining to Turnkey, the company, how to ensure your token isn't a security, be non-transferable and non-refundable. But they've came out with something else as well, and I want to, yeah, that's it. This is the other news story I want to show you. The SEC just released its long-awaited crypto token guidance. I'll put these kind of notes for you in the comments as well once the video goes up. It's published fresh regulatory guidance for token issuers nearly half a year in the making. So the criteria for this re-evaluation include whether the distributed ledger network and digital asset are fully developed and operational, meaning individuals can immediately use the token for some function. The token is focused on a specific use case rather than speculation. Prospects for appreciation in the token's value are limited, and if billed as a currency, the token actually operates as a store of value. So the thing here is, and I've got kind of links to this kind of framework for investment contract analysis of digital assets. I've got a link here for it as well in this article, and this is from Coindesk.com. So while the guidance discusses security classifications, other questions remain unanswered. In particular, the SEC has yet to provide clarity around the idea of custody for broker-dealers holding cryptocurrencies. Now, this is really important, this custodials that exchange and brokers have as well, meaning that if somebody buys even a kind of futures product, and an exchange or a broker might have to buy that product and physically have it, not physically but digitally, physically have it, and that's what it means by custodial. So the key issue around custody comes from the fact that while broker-dealers can easily verify that cryptocurrencies in any given wallet belong to them, it's harder to prove that no one else has access to the holdings. And this is the whole thing with the SEC. But the big whole point of this is the SEC are starting to very slowly relax their kind of guidance on what is a security and what's not a security, which is good for the overall kind of cryptosphere, and it's good as well that we've still got kind of regulations there. I do believe we need regulations to a degree. Not everything needs to be, or not as kind of with a heavy hand that the SEC are kind of doing just now, but we do need some kind of regulations in there to protect us. Okay, the other news stories, that was the SEC. Bakkt's Bitcoin futures stalls will rival firms fuel crypto momentum. When I seen this, I just thought, does anybody really care about Bakkt anymore? Do they really care about the kind of EFT coming? Do they really care about the ICE? Do we really care anymore? It was big news kind of 6 months ago, 9 months ago, but because they're delaying it all the time, it's like Brexit just now. Everybody's getting so pissed off with it, and they just go, it's like capitulation. We don't care anymore. It's just like that's kind of what it feels like with Bakkt. Do we really need it, and is somebody else going to overtake them? So third-party custodian said, this is the custodian services coming in again as well. The competition, irrespective of the CFTC's delay, Bakkt rival CoinFlex is continuing to press ahead with development. The subsidiary of UK-based CoinFloor already had the backing of prominent figures in Roger Ver, Mike Komaranski and Dragonfly Capital Partners. But they recently announced a new round of investment from digital currency group and Polychain Capital. So this signals confidence not only in the project itself, but also in the likelihood of Bitcoin futures approval. Do we really need futures? Do we really want futures for the cryptosphere as well? But it's got to come. Every financial kind of product, stocks and shares, they all have kind of futures contracts. So this is kind of part of it. So yeah. So the question is, do we really care about Bakkt? I don't anymore, to be honest, and it's not a bit. I don't see it as a big deal anymore. So because of Bakkt's kind of constant kind of putting off, I'm sure it's not their fault. Obviously, the CFTC, it's probably theirs, but I don't think it's going to be as big a deal when it does eventually come out. Question. This is from newsbtc.com as well. Is Litecoin up because of FOMO? Adds 2.7 billion in 18 hours. So this is Litecoin. I'll look at the LTC USD value. and go to Coinbase. So it did get up to $100 on Coinbase. $100. So these were the targets I was kind of showing you before, and we've been talking about Litecoin for ages, and I said it's going to go to $70. I got a couple of messages saying you're off your head. It's not. There's no way it's going to $70 soon, but it did climb through that, and I said it would even probably go up to $100 and past it. Touched $100, psychological barrier, kind of bounced back down, but I believe it's going to go past $100 before coming back down slightly and hitting a new kind of support level, and that new support level could be the $100. That's what I think about Litecoin, but it's added $2.5 billion, $7 billion to the marketplace as a whole. So it's jumping up big time. It's doing fantastically well since the kind of crossover of $33. It's nearly went up 200%. Dollar value. We'll just look. We have to always look at the kind of BTC value as well. So the dollar value is only going up because Bitcoin has gone up to $5,000, but the BTC value has gone up as well. If we kind of look at that, it's gone up to 1.7 billion, and that's from the crossover at 782,000 Satoshi. So that still represents in BTC value 144% increase for Litecoin, which is better. Having the BTC value going up rather than the dollar value going up. If you're holding it back then, it's much better for you as well, but the dollar value going up is good as well. So that was a question. Is it going up because of FOMO? I think people are just starting to see the potential of Litecoin. I think that's why it's going up as well. And News BTC are just saying the technical indicators, the volumes are high, and confirming week ending March the 10th, 1.993 million are this week's equally high participation level. It'll likely close above 2 million. Because of our skew, there's an option of entering in the 4-hour chart, and with every volume spike driving prices higher, savvy traders should capitalise as they trade as above. So I'll post a link to that for you as well. But it's talking about March. This is $87, yeah. So they're kind of out of touch. Just it's not out of touch, it's just out of date. This April 3rd, it's 12 hours. Kind of out of date now because it went up even further now. This is John McAfee. Popular investor and prominent cryptocurrency advocate John McAfee reiterated that the Bitcoin market has now turned, suggesting that the bottom is in. His announcement comes after Bitcoin price soared more than 20% in the last 2 days alone. So he's saying, I effing told you so, basically in a tweet. And loathe him or love him. I just like kind of John McAfee. I think he's good for the space. You've got to have characters like this in the space, as long as he's not running a company in a cryptocurrency kind of company. The likes of, you know who I'm talking about, Craig Wright and the likes. I don't feel ego is kind of, it should be, ego is not relevant in business, and certainly not the cryptocurrency space as well, but you're going to get that a lot. John McAfee certainly has an ego, a very narcissistic ego, but I still like kind of what he comes out with, and I think his controversial views are good for the cryptosphere as a whole. So he's come out and said, everyone trashed me 2 weeks ago when I said the market has now turned, so I've kept my mouth shut. I will now say it again, the market has now turned. The bow of the bear market was pulled to its max. Now watch the arrow spring to life. So he's saying it's going to be $995,000 to go by, $995,000 to go by December 31st, 2020. So he's predicted it's going to be $1 million for a Bitcoin by the end of 2020. But most people have been wrong in their predictions, including me as well, obviously. So that's John McAfee. A couple of other stories. Bitcoin trades for over $10,000 in Binance stablecoin trading pair. So this week, a massive Bitcoin rally shook up the entire crypto market with a powerful move that may have signalled the end of a long, painful bear market that's been plaguing the asset class ever since the hype bubble popped at the end of 2017. So while the price of Bitcoin is roughly $5,000 across most exchanges at this very moment, during the massive rally crypto markets experienced this week, the price per BTC on a stablecoin trading pair traded for over $10,000 momentarily. Now, this was a strange one. I reported this on Tuesday, I think it was, and one of our kind of viewers reported this on USDC. It traded for over $10,000, which was a strange one as well. So they're asking a question. Because of that, they're asking a question: when will BTC revisit $10,000? So the last time it traded $10,000 was March the 7th, 2018, almost a year ago, so it was 13 months ago. So it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on when Bitcoin is going to get to $10,000 again. When do you think, if you're watching this on replay, when do you think, just leave in the comments, do you think it's going to get to $10,000? It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that. And this is the other side of it. Don't buy Bitcoin, warns wealth manager. We're likely going to see cryptocurrencies collapse. This is 17 hours ago. So it says the price of Bitcoin has surged more than 15%. And before you start buying cryptocurrency though, consider the advice of Peter Mallouk, certified financial planner and president of wealth management firm Creative Planning. What we're going to see most likely is we're going to see cryptocurrencies collapse. And he's saying there are so many types of virtual currencies like Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and of course Bitcoin, that there's no way that even a fraction of them can survive. Mallouk, who is the author of 5 Mistakes Every Investor Makes and How to Avoid Them, tells CNBC, is it possible that maybe 1 or 2 will work out in the future? Sure it is. But he says in the meantime, if you buy cryptocurrency, you get no income. It's not a real investment, it's speculation. Which is very true. It's very true, but if you're trading it, you can get an income. So that's not true in that sense. So you can trade it just like stocks and shares. If you buy a stock in a company, you're not getting any income from it as well. It's going up. If it's going up in price, you might get some dividends, but not every single company pays out in dividends. So it's the same for stocks and shares. So I don't know why that could be said. Stocks and shares is speculation as well. Any financial derivative is a speculation. Anything really is a speculation. And it's the same with cryptocurrency as well. So he's kind of not said anything that's new there, but this is just the other side of it. We have to look at the other side of it. Don't get too enthused and say this is going to shoot to the moon, we're going to go $1 million, but it might do. So we'll have to look at the two sides. On which phase of the market cycle Bitcoin actually is. So, talking about the market cycle, everybody's seen this before. So we've got disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression, disbelief, and we go through that cycle up and down the cycle. So what stage are we at just now? So this is where in the Wall Street chart, this is the cryptocurrency. So blooming, the rally that sent Bitcoin to its highest level since November lasted 60 minutes and may have started with an April Fool's joke. That's bullshit. That didn't start with an April Fool's joke. But this confirms more that we are on the disbelief phase, when, as we said above, investors tend to be skeptical if the price growth will last. So this is what I was talking about yesterday as well. When the price has gone up and it's sustained level, it's gone up, a lot of people are saying, oh, this is not going to last, and they kind of look at shorting it, or they get out of Bitcoin. That's where the price drops a wee bit and then goes back up. So that's a disbelief stage here. So if we look at this, what happens? So we've got disbelief here, then we've got hope, then we've got the optimism, then we've got the belief, then we've got the thrill, then we've got euphoria. Euphoria is a stage you get out. Euphoria is a stage a lot of us were back at 2017, at the beginning of 2018, just thinking I'm a genius, we're all going to be rich, and I did think that, and I kind of was rich momentarily, as were a lot of other people, and then it just collapsed. So we're at this kind of disbelief stage, kind of here. I think we're at this disbelief stage. So this is why I like this article as well, and this is from 7bitcoins.com. Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash fuel staggering 33 billion crypto rally. And this is a news story that $33 billion have been added to the marketplace as a whole. Okay, that's the news for today as well. We'll just go back to some charts and chat. Charts and chat. Crypto Don Juan, thank you very much for the $20 donation. Thanks for creating such a great community and giving us daily content. My pleasure, mate. Really appreciate that. DJ, really appreciate that. And thanks for kind of your help this morning as well, because I wasn't getting the premium chat. My Telegram hasn't been working for the last day, and I just thought it was empty. I thought nobody was talking in it. I just thought, what's going on? And I asked a question, nobody replied. I thought there must be something wrong with it. And DJ kind of helped me out this morning, as well as Kim as well. Kim, if you're listening, good morning to you as well. If you're listening just now in the car, I know you said you were gonna. But if you're listening, good morning to you as well. Oh, there, Kim's O'Brien there. Morning all from sunny Croydon. I just seen your name there. I didn't see it before. Imran, he said lots of parts are going to be broken on XRP. Right, who said that? DaVinci J15 just did a review on XRP and he wasn't positive on it. In fact, he was opposite on it. Okay, I need to watch that as well. I need to watch that. So that's not good. And I like DaVinci J15 as well. Next myth, why you bought more today then? LOL. Yeah, from a technical point of view, as I said, because when XRP moves, it moves. This is why I bought. I know you're kind of joking, but we have to kind of look at that. It's a valid question. XRP BTC. So look at this. If we kind of look at this and say, kind of XRP is at 5,729, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. Everybody says it's going to go down, and then one day it just shoots up. It just goes up by 20%. And then it keeps on going up, and then it keeps on going up, and it keeps on going up, and it keeps on going up, because XRP can turn just like that. That's why I'm just dollar cost averaging in, even though on a technical point of view it doesn't look good. That's why I'm dollar cost averaging in on XRP, because it can just turn on a whim, and that's why I'm kind of buying. But it was a valid question. I know you're kind of joking, but it's a valid question. Kukla is in the house. Good morning to you. Goddy Boy Scotland is in. Bernard Ronald is in as well. Anyone seen the Bitcoin and Friends episode? YouTube? Haven't seen that. And Imran Chowdhury, there's no truth in its fully functional blockchain. It's about to have all those features, plus it has some of the biggest partnerships lined up. Just go and look at the Emergo is doing with business. Or is this talking about Cardano? Emergo has some massive partnerships in the world. So I'm taking it you're talking about, yeah. Gary Stewart, Binance Coin, 4th February, $6.73, a solid increase since then. Yeah, it's been brilliant, the Binance Coin, and I think it's going to keep on going up. To be honest, I've been saying for a while it's a $100 coin, so it will be by the end of the year, it'll be $100. London Bobby, I like Stellar better than XRP. Stellar on Coinbase wallet stores private keys now. I think with Stellar, yeah, Stellar, you've got a good point there as well. Stellar is a good one. As well. XRP, because of everything that they're into, because of the partnerships, because of the name, just everything about it, that's why I like kind of XRP and thinking that it could go up big time in the future as well. I was starting to feel better until you start talking about XRP. XRP to the moon in the next 4 weeks, Toyota Celica. Slim Shady says, cheers Toyota, XRP 3 for $1, that's a bargain. To me it is. To me it is. So $10, I won't be selling my XRP until we hit $10. But either it has to kind of go up 30 times where it is just now without Bitcoin moving, or Bitcoin goes up to $150,000. If that happens, then XRP gets to $10. So either way, we're all good. Imran, digital bank Y2X secures investment from Cardano's venture arm Emergo. Go and check Y2X and these, their massive legacy in the stock market, being part of the VCs. I love Cardano. I'm just talking that we have to look at other sides or other points of view, not the other side of it. Other points of view and do our own research. Nicky Sheldrake is in the house. Morning to you. Rob UK is in. Good to see you, Rob. Brilliant to see you, one of our brilliant admins, and thanks for the news. Some of the news stories as well. Gareth Passage is in. Good to see you back, buddy. And we'll check some of the charts just now. Okay, what's happening with Howdo? We checked this yesterday. It's back up to 435 just now, 435 Satoshi. It did get to 488 yesterday. So Howdo should be launching the platform very soon. So that's kind of doubled in price, more than doubled in price since 12th of March. Where are we? 12th of March has gone up 315%, which is brilliant. And who else we were looking at? Digitex, how are they doing just now? Come down slightly, but they're still doing brilliant. They kind of surpassed their all-time high yesterday, or a couple of days ago. They went up to 2579, but they're coming back up 2278. So still could be a brilliant kind of investment that as well. Digitex, what else is doing? BPT. Blockport going down to 139. Support there just now. Long-term support. So we're getting a wee bar something there. BAB, how are they doing? I kind of showed you news on that yesterday. They've got a couple of new people in to the BAB office. Not good, it's gone down to 4 Satoshi. So it's gone down to its all-time low. All-time low was 3 Satoshi actually. It kind of spiked down to that. But didn't finish at that, so it's at the moment, it's at its all-time low. Just now, so technical point of view from BAB, from that point of view, BAB is not looking good. Who else were we looking at? Can't remember. I had them all written down just to look at them. Can't remember. Okay, just go back to chat. John McAfee is good for spreading crypto. He is. He is. Rowan Rocket is in. Coinbeanie token rose by 6x in the past month. Also a great exchange, worth checking out. We've had that before. One of the coins that we were kind of talking about months ago was on Coinbeanie. Who was it? I think it might have been Digitex actually. Digitex futures. So I think the token ones, the exchange tokens are really good. We've spoken about them lots before. KuCoin shares, Huobi token as well was spoken about. There's a new exchange coming out from Bittrex. I was kind of promoting that last month, and I don't think they've actually came out yet. Bitstack, I don't think they've actually came out. I'm just going to check that just now. Bitstack.com. So obviously they're trading just now, but I don't know if they've got their token out. So I need to check in the news. Explanation of system maintenance, reminder for deposit of tokens. Now that's for XRP. Early ending of BXB Candy. So there's no news about the BXB Candy and getting that turned into their own native token. No news on that yet. Gareth Passage finally made it. Running a plumbing business and trading is difficult at most. Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine there, Gareth. Got to go to Scotland. Do you think Dash is a better working product than Litecoin? No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than. But how would you compare those two? You'd have to do a kind of side-by-side comparison with them, but I wouldn't say it's better or worse than Litecoin. Ajmal, 10,000, 100, is that 10,000 by December 2019? This is for Bitcoin. The Revolutionist, BTC, 10,000 within 3 months. Excellent. Slim Shady, I saw this article, I want to laugh at him. Is that John McAfee? So this helps us to grow better, he will regret in a few years. Anything with CNBC's name of affiliate attached to it is called fake news. It says Imran Chowdhury. Slim Shady, yes, Imran, don't know why they're always putting negative articles. I know. Good crypto morning, everyone. And that's Ron Raleigh is in. Welcome to you. Cardano gives you 3.5% yearly interest from staking, which is good for the amount I have. Yeah, I think when Shelley comes out, you're going to get the staking from it, 3.5%. It's much better than a bank are going to give you. But 3.5%, obviously you've got to take into consideration other things as well. So it's really going to be 1% if it's 3.5%. I'm talking about inflation now. Oscar Ray, Steve, are you live? What happened? Right, has something happened to the stream? Right, 1 second. It looks as if there's something's happened. This happened the other day as well. Right, only a second. No, it looks like the stream's okay just now. Right. Okay, so hopefully it's still okay for everybody else. I think it's just refreshing. You need to refresh it if you're still can't see. Any reason why BCHB is flying high? I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it at all, Slim Shady, and the ABC and the SB coins. I have to be really honest. I know I should, but I don't. So I don't know. Maybe an urgent trade to make from Dean saying. So I think a couple of people are not seeing this at all. Lawrence Matthews is saying good morning. Debbie Claydon, nothing is certainty, even property goes up and down, and financial advisors were stating how certain the property market was 2 weeks before the 2008 crash. I know, exactly. So everything is speculation, you're right, and that's what the point I was trying to make, so that's a good point as well. Imran Chowdhury, I wonder if blockchain will be used in a space program or SpaceX, since Musk has been starting to talk about crypto, even though it was about Doge, nothing against Doge. Yeah, I think he was just having a joke, saying he was the new CEO of Doge, which was quite funny, but a lot of people like Doge. They've got it, but I think they still see it as a joke coin, even though they've got it. And it did start out as that, to be honest. Gino Dow is in the house. Hello, Stephen, everyone. Smash the likes, he's saying. Imran Chowdhury, Cardano stake pool explainer is now live. You can find out more here and also check out the stake pool. Excellent. Let's have a wee quick check of that. Just let that load up. The stream has been good since start. Goddy Boy Scotland. Excellent. Excellent. So obviously it's not good for a couple of people though. It's not obviously working for a couple of people for some reason. Stream live. I've got 58 people watching. So if you're watching just now, hit the like button just now. That'd be fantastic if you could do that. If you like it, of course. Hit the thumbs down if you don't. How do CEO was clarifying there has been a hack on Coinbeanie and that's why it lost in price recently. Ah, Rob UK, excellent. So I've not spoken to him in a while. CEO, need to get back in touch. Steve, can we take a look at Verge quickly? Yes. XVG. Verge. 175. It is just now. This is on a daily. It looks good on a daily. At 175, it's crossed over the 50 EMA. We've got resistance around about the 204 level. I'd actually put that up there. Resistance on a daily. So next resistance level is 206 and we've got support level 146. I'd probably put the support level up as well for recent support. Put the support level up at 154. So if you're going to go in for longer term, put a stop loss at maybe 151 or 150 or something like that, even though it's 10% out. If you're doing it for the long term, short term trades you would put a 5% stop loss on. Long term trades you can afford to do a wee bit bigger, so you don't get stopped out in these kind of whims. If Bitcoin drops, obviously a lot of the alts are going to drop, so you put 10-15% stop loss on if you're doing it for longer term. And longer term, I'm talking about 6 months to a year to 2 years or whatever. So at the moment, technically, from a technical point of view, Verge looks good. That's on the daily. So what can we see here? Probably. So just looking at the bigger picture. Kind of looking at a trend line here. So looking at a descending triangle, you know I like the descent. So always try and spot kind of things in here as well. So we've got a descending triangle. We've got strong support at the 154 level for it. We'll just see kind of what you could expect. Probably 70% of this. If it was to break out just now, you could expect to move up to 257. So it just depends on where it breaks out. So if it breaks out around about the apex on the 5th of June, 227. But yeah, this could be good for XVG, and I kind of recommended it to the premium group as well before BTC shot down at 180, I think it was. It did go up to 184 and came back down with BTC. It did go down to 162 before going back up again. So yeah, I think we can expect a breakout soon for XVG. But do your own research. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on, whatever ones you wear, whatever is your preference. Then stick them on before kind of buying into something. But yeah, XVG looks good to me. ETN now out of the top 100. Sayonara Electronites. Yeah, that kind of dropped out earlier on, didn't it? So it was 99 yesterday, so it's obviously dropped out. God Boy Scotland, can you remember to check BTT? Thank you for that, BTT. I mentioned this in the kind of premium group this morning as well. We're talking about it. BTC value. Okay, so here's what I thought was going to go on with BTT. I thought it's got strong support at 18, and it's going to come out of this descending triangle. It didn't, because of the kind of, well, I'm not saying it's because of that, but it is partly due to that. Because of the Bitcoin drop, the Bitcoin increase in price, a lot of the alts dropped, and this one dropped as well. So it came out of that strong support. There was very strong support, 18 Satoshi. It kind of fell out of that and broke out below this kind of descending triangle. So for me, after that, it's a sell. It's a just leave it alone just now until there's more confirmation that this is going to be a buy. Just because it's below the strong support at 18, if it's below that, that would probably signal a kind of sell at that point. But it's at 15 Satoshi just now, and if you're just looking at this to buy it just now, you just go no. You wouldn't buy into it just now until there's some confirmation that this was going to turn. There's no confirmation at the moment, certainly on the daily, on the 4 hourly, there's no confirmation. So you wouldn't be buying into it at the moment. But if you're holding it just now, what would you do if you were kind of holding it just now? Well, it depends when you got in. You shouldn't have really got in once it broke that kind of support at 18. And obviously I have recommended BTT as well, but this is why we say about the kind of 5% stop loss. So you get out straight away automatically if it drops kind of 5% below. In BTT's case, you put a 10% stop loss on it, because 5% is 1 Satoshi worth in this case. So you want maybe 2 Satoshis for this. So you probably lost 10% if you put the stop loss on. If you're still holding it though, should it be worth holding just now? Would you hold on to it or sell it? So look at BTT, look at the order books. You'd have to keep a close eye on this. So it's 1-to-1, 15 and 16 Satoshi just now for the buys and the sales. We'll look at this on 7 decimal places. So to sell at 20 Satoshi or in that area, we've got 1,000 Bitcoin worth. To buy at 10 Satoshi, you've got 778 Bitcoin worth, or 10 Satoshi and above. So it's not strong just now, BTT. It was strong before, sitting at 18 as a support. Because it broke through that, it's not strong just now. It wouldn't be something I would be buying into at the moment. So I know that's probably not what you're going to want to hear, Gordy Boy. Very good interview with Howdo CEO, how he reacted to Coin being a hack. Need to check that out as well. Gino Dow, can you have a look at NEO putting a trade at $40 on trade? And NEO does look really good to me. We'll look at the USD value just now on NEO, and we'll go on Binance. So $12.96. This is on the 4 hour. I want to go on the daily chart for NEO. It crossed over to $7.88. So we're kind of nearly 100% up on that. Just now, say 80% up on where it crossed over. So it looks good on the kind of USD value, but that's because of the Bitcoin price. So you're better looking at the NEO on the BTC value or Satoshi value. So it looks better Satoshi wise. So it's past one of its kind of resistances. It's already kind of gone through that. That was on the 22nd of February when we kind of last looked at it. So it's gone through that, and it's aiming for the next support level, and that's 331,000 Satoshi. So NEO looks a brilliant opportunity to buy just now. To me, NEO is really good. Where is NEO in the kind of CMC? So it's way down at the moment, 16, under 1 billion. So to me, NEO looks brilliant. I've always been bullish on NEO as well. It's one of the ones I kind of love. $162 it was. Satoshi wise, it was 1.47 million. So I want to look at Satoshi value. It's now 254,000 at the moment for NEO, 255,000. So definitely represents a good buying opportunity, I think, in my opinion. Do your own research and all that stuff. So yeah, it does look good. I will copy link into Telegrams. I can't do here. Brilliant, thanks for that, Rob. I really appreciate that. I think NEO next to move up. Yeah, I do think that as well. I was saying that as well in the premium group. Steve, can you have a look at NULS? NULS had a big jump up. BTC, but where is it just now? I've not looked at it in it for a while. Yeah, they had that big jump up, and that's where I kind of recommended NULS at 11,300. It had a big jump up, about 80%, came back down, but it's looking good. NULS is looking good just now. The only thing that's kind of doing just now, and you'd want this to kind of break through the 7 EMA. So this is on the daily, and the 7 EMA, it's using that as kind of resistance just now. So you want it to break through that 7 EMA. So you want it to break through around about 19,000 Satoshi before it's going higher. Whereas now it's just now on CMC. Just looking at market capitalization. Market capitalization is not a huge deal, to be honest, but it's still good to look at. It's still something for us to look at. 66 million for the market capitalization, ranked number 84. So NULS, I think, represents another good opportunity as well. Imran, ontology, gas, ONG is starting to rise. Right now we're watching projects in a $1 billion environment. Wait till we see a $1 trillion environment. That will drastically change the rankings. Totally agree with that, Imran. It's going to totally change the rankings. And pretty soon we're going to say, okay, well, the market cap is good to look at, but it doesn't mean a huge deal. So people look at the market cap still and say, okay, is the company worth 66 million? I've kind of done it myself today. Because I asked the question, is Cardano worth $2.5 billion? You can't value it on the market capitalization, and you can't value it on the number of kind of coins it's got out there. Like a normal business, like you do stocks and shares, you can't do that. But everybody kind of looks at that, so we kind of look at it as well. So it's still good to look at the market capitalization. But you're right, when this is in the trillions of dollars, you're going to see the likes of NULS in the billions of dollars. You're going to be looking at the market cap and say, okay, is it worth $10 billion? Is it worth $20 billion? You're going to be looking at XRP and say, is it really worth $1 trillion, XRP, as a market capitalization? Same with Bitcoin. Is it going to be worth $5 trillion, the market capitalization of it? But it's not the right question to ask. I don't think that's the right question to ask. Steve, I said yesterday BTC ABC would break through $300. I was right. Gino Dow. Yeah, so it is going up. I just don't pay attention to it, if I'm being really honest. And I know I should, but I just can't bring myself to do it. Goddy Boy Scotland, Steve, really good format. This show, easy listening. Oh, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. It's probably because you can understand my accent. Dirty Fergie is in the house. Welcome to you. Imran Chowdhury, 2017 year of speculation. Yeah, definitely. 2018 year of regulation and filtering out the crap. I like this. 2019 year of bull market with fundamentals. Yes, yeah, so, and I've noticed in this show as well, we're talking more and more about the fundamentals as well. Extremely important. This is, I think you're right, Imran, 2019 is going to be a year of the fundamentals. And I've been talking more and more, and I've been looking more and more at the fundamentals as well. That's why I'm so bullish on XRP, because of the fundamentals. What do you think of DX.exchange? I don't know. I've not checked it out. So I've not really got an opinion on that. But we've checked it out before. We've seen it before on this. DX.exchange. Oh, DX. Let's have a wee look. Obviously this is for the security tokens. I've joined this already, but I've never looked at it in a while. To be honest, I don't know what they've updated. It looks as if it's been updated though, the website itself, or the site itself. Check the Cardano stake page. Okay, we'll do that and just make that the last thing. Cardano stake pool explainer. So we all know what staking is. And in rewards, how much ADA do you need to stake? There's no minimum Cardano amount to qualify for staking. Staking on the Cardano network. Do I need to move my ADA? You can acquire stake by buying Cardano, but when you delegate your stake, your Cardano stays right where it is in your wallet. So why not have a single 100% stake pool? So I've not actually seen this. Excellent. Good. So that's looking good. Thanks for sharing that, everyone. I'm going to share that in the comments as well. IOST pumping hard. What is pumping hard just now? IOTEX is pumping just now. IOST is pumping right this second. Let's go into the hourly. That's coming down actually. IOTEX, S&M is up, ELF is going up as well. So starting to see some movement in a lot of the alts. WTC is going back up. Could be a good buy just now. CMT pumping, OMT. So we mentioned it the other day. Somebody was asking about LRC this morning. I still think it represents a buying opportunity. I still think we're going to go up to 3,000 Satoshi for LRC. Lisk is up big time as well. That's a previous one we kind of recommended. So they're also starting to move again, because that's what I was saying before. There's going to be a cycle of when Bitcoin shoots up, they also kind of come down. But then they start to rise again as Bitcoin stabilizes. As long as it stabilizes, it's stabilizing around about $5,000 just now. BTC USD, we'll just take a look. So as long as Bitcoin stabilizes, that's when they'll start to creep back up. That's what we're seeing just now. Bitcoin is stabilized, relatively stable just now, $5,000. It did drop $500 before going back up, but it's relatively stable just now. It's trading, it's not bouncing off the 7 EMA anymore and using it as resistance. It's now using it as support. Which is good to see as well. That's on the hourly. So looking at the hourly just now. On the daily, if you look at the daily, it looks a different picture obviously. You just see these kind of green candles on the daily. So we've got to look at the bigger picture as well. But still looking good in my eyes for Bitcoin. So because Bitcoin is stable, you're going to start to see a jump in the alts market as well. And the same will happen again. It'll just be in cycles. Bitcoin will go up to $6,000, then it'll drop to $5,500. So will the alts, but then it'll start to creep back up. Bitcoin goes up to 6,000, goes up to 7,000, drops, alts will drop and they'll go back up, and it'll keep on going like that, and that's where you're going to make your money. So yeah, it's looking okay for the markets just now. What is the overall market capitalization? It's probably gone up. Yeah, 175.5 billion. So it's jumped up $1 billion since we've been talking. Honest Crypto Journey, where do you see ADA in the next few days? In the next few days, Cardano. It did get up to 1900. Did it get to 20? No, it didn't get up to 2000. So it got up to 1944. In the next few days, difficult to kind of show that because it's jumped so much. Was it jumped? Jumped up 70%. It's not a huge deal. Let's go to the hourly. To me, it's bouncing off the 50 EMA here around about this kind of 1800 level. And it could surpass the 2000 level. So where did we put resistances in? So we're going to put in some resistances. What's the next kind of lines? And this is on the daily. So broke through that already at 1871. So we'll be sustaining that rise above 1871. and you'll be looking at resistance, and you've got a support level there, so that will now become resistance. At 2031, obviously that's the psychological barrier as well. And we'll have to put that up here as well. Another level, 2450. So to me, it's testing previous resistance at this 1871 level. This is on a daily, remember. So if we can break through that, we're going to go up and touch the 2000 level. I believe, this is my opinion. And touch the 2000 level, come back down a wee bit, break through 2000 and try and get on up to 2,500 Satoshi. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Or on the daily, it's bouncing off the 7 EMA and using that as support. So it depends on how you're trading it. Are you trading it for the long term, short term, just now? But if it drops below 1750, then I would maybe take profits. So need to wait and see, but it looks good to climb up to previous resistance of 2000 Satoshi. Security token is a token that represents a real-life asset like a house or a stock, or even precious metals, all tokenized. ADA will keep steadily rising, and then IOHK conference in Miami end of April will rocket ADA. Yeah, I think ADA is going to keep on going up and up and up. I'm going to make a gentleman's bet ADA at 5th by June. So you think it's going to be 5th by June? Okay, gentleman's bet. I like that rather than kind of a real money bet. So you're saying Litecoin is $5 billion just now. Cardano, so you said it's going to go up 100% by June. What did I kind of predict? It said it was going to go up and surpass its all-time high by the end of the year. So where are we? So we've got an all-time high close of 7,600. I still think it's going to way surpass that by the end of the year because the fundamentals have drastically changed for Cardano. And that's the all-time high there. So where would I say by June? 2,000. Well, with 4,000. That'll be the next barrier. So to say, what, 2.5 times from here? Or 1.5 times. So yeah, I'd say that could possibly be right as well. So it could be 5th by June. Then definitely up by 100%. So I'd get up to 3,600. So yeah, I'll take that. But I'm not actually agreeing with you. I think it could get there as well. So there's no opposition there. No, but provide liquidity. And 1 second. Okay, the only reason why I ask is because the Electronium partnered with Algos, and the DXDO exchanges also partners with that. Ah, right, I'm with you. Gary Permenta, KuCoin shares are at a good discount right now, down 25%. Do you think it's a good buy, Steve? Yes, I do. Honestly, do think KuCoin shares are a good buy just now. Mervyn Skidmore been DCAing ADA since February 2018. Just can't bring myself to sell any. Totally understand that, and I think I wouldn't be selling any. I'm not selling any just now that I've got as well. So just keep it for the long term. Just kind of park it. Don't forget 9 saying thanks. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. That's just gone over the hour. I'll leave it there just now. But thank you very much for watching again. Really appreciate you. If you want to join us in the premium, the link is down below. For the premium, you're going to get calls almost every day. I've not been making them over the last couple of days because of the move and because of the kind of BTC kind of drop and increase and then drop. So I've not been making it, but there's still loads of trading opportunities out there, and I will be making calls over the next few days. But thank you once again. Really appreciate your time. I know you could be doing other things, but it'd be great to see you in the premium as well and get some brilliant chat in there. Okay, until tomorrow, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.